What's good, everyone? This is Garrett. Thank you for submitting your questions to my Take 5. Let's try to answer some questions. First question, do you like contests or you like filming videos more? Filming trips are always fun because there's a common goal between all the riders, and you're always gonna get to see a bit more of the city. You're gonna get to see wherever you do, you're gonna go way further and you get a better feel for everything. But when it comes to contests, you have kind of an objective, and it's the most structured side of riding that I deal with. Is like, all right, today I'm practicing 1 to 2 and I have to be ready to ride. So it's like you don't really get the feel of the city that much, or the feel of wherever you travel to as much. The best thing about traveling for contests is you get to see like a different group of riders than you're used to traveling with, like my actual cinema teammates. I'm friends with all the BMXers in the industry, so it's always good. It's like contests are like a big family reunion. Like you get to hang out and kick it with everyone. I think that's the best thing contests can bring to you. But like filming, seeing the spots, hanging with your friends, traveling with different riders, getting motivated, getting each other sparked to try tricks on certain spots, and like they're both sick, but they're both different and they're both cool for their own reasons. Next question, what are my 5 favorite riders? Probably number 1 would be Mike Aiken. My second favorite would probably be Van Holman. Third, probably Kevin Porter, and then Taj and Ruben. I think those are 5 of the most influential riders in my opinion. Each one of them brought a completely different riding style to the table at the time, and they had their own era where they really changed riding. So I looked up to all of them in different ways and took a little bit of inspiration from each one. Next question, do you have any parts coming out in the near future? Right now I happen to be working on 3 things. One of them is a frame promo for Fiend. The other is the X Games Real BMX. And then the last thing I'm working on is my Fiend part, which will be coming out pretty shortly. It's always hard if you're working on a lot of projects at the same time to pick and choose what clips are going where. I'm really excited about my Fiend part, and then X Games always brings something different to the table. I always get to travel a bit for that, so getting to travel, I always feel like makes filming a lot easier rather than going around. Like I ride a lot of stuff in California, and even though the spots are amazing, sometimes I've been to a lot of them and it's always just fresh. There's something really sick about the unknown and knowing that you're only somewhere for so long and you have to do something within this time frame or you're not gonna be able to do it. So traveling always makes it fun for that, but frame promo is pretty mellow. It's just some stuff filmed around home. It's not supposed to be anything insane. And then the Fiend part is basically what I've been working on for like the past 2 or 3 years. So I'm really excited to drop that. Next question, how do you feel about the next generation of BMXers, and do you feel like the generation is heading in the right direction? I feel really good about the next generation of BMX and where BMX sits right now. I feel like the kids coming up are just the sickest riders. I've got to meet a good amount of them. They're all really cool kids and I totally back what they're doing. And I think BMX is in a great place, and I don't think there's necessarily a right direction for riding. I think that it's in these kids' hands, and whatever they want to make it, it's up to them because it's a creative outlet. And riding's a lot like art. Like there's all different styles and ways to do things. So BMX is the best thing in the world. It's better than anything else. It gives you a feeling that nothing else in this world can give you, and that's the reason I still chase it every day. So just trying to get more kids that feeling. Next question, what is the reason you started to practice BMX? I got into riding because I come from Toms River, New Jersey. When it comes to things to do, there's really not that many cool things you can do. I wound up seeing DK Dirt Circuit on TV and X Games right around the same time. That was my 10th birthday, and I had got this like janky ass Huffy for Christmas. Pretty much I gathered up all my group of friends like that I was hanging out with at the time, and we just started building jumps, and you know, the rest is history. Pretty much started off as a hobby to do something because I was bored, and then when I found it, I was just literally hooked. Kids were always building stuff, and my father, he did kitchen cabinets, so like he always had little scraps of plywood, so like we were always building these little jumps, and they were so sketchy, we were always breaking them. And it was a constant evolution to the point where I actually had a skate park in my backyard that Nike had built me at one point. I had the best thing going at that point because my house was the meetup point. Everyone just meet up my house, we'd ride, and we'd just go ride street spots. And that time frame was probably one of the funnest times of my life. All right, well, I appreciate everyone submitting their questions. Hopefully I answered them good enough for you guys. That wraps it up for my Take 5.